When I was younger, I used to be addicted to role-playing video games. You know, the kind where you pick a character, go on quests, earn experience points, and level up. I could play for hours because I could see my progress. And every time I fought a monster or completed a quest, that little experience bar would rise. But in real life, it's not that easy. There are no visual experience bars, no level up sound effects, no shiny rewards popping on your screen. So when things got hard, I felt stuck and frustrated. But really, I was just learning. Sometimes it feels like I've lived two completely different lives. In my previous one, I partied a lot, I smoked, I drank whatever, I ate whatever and never exercised. And honestly, I had absolutely no idea what I was doing with my life. And then something changed. I decided to start over again, new habits, new lifestyle, new focus, and new rules for how I wanted to play this game. What no one told me though is that growth often feels like failure, that leveling up feels like starting over. And somewhere along the way, I realized life really is like a game. Every decision, every failure, every moment of doubt, it's all just experience points. The only difference between my old life and this one is that I don't need a controller because I am the main character. This year has felt like the hardest and most transformative level of my life. Earlier this year, I lost my dad and that changed everything. It felt like a piece of my world was gone, but it also reminded me of what truly matters. Connection, freedom, and living with purpose. To ease my mind and push my limits, I began running. I couldn't run for 1 kilometer, but I decided to sign up for a half marathon, and so I started training for it, scheduled for October. I registered my company again, I built the Fan Life Network from scratch, an online community I wish existed for people like me who live and dream on wheels to connect. Together with my members, we grew it from an idea into something real. From weekly virtual meetups called Digital Campfires and launching our own merch to real friendships and meetups all across Europe. And in just a few months, we became a top 1% school community. After studying French on Duolingo, I started to learn Spanish. Because I decided to spend the winter in Spain, I wanted to be able to talk with the people and to remind me what it feels like to be a beginner again. I started tracking my daily wins and my habits to create my own streaks, focusing less on perfection and more on progress. Then later in August, I attended an event hosted by Goose in Barcelona, a school ambassador, where I met other community builders for the very first time. He told me his school was looking for more people who truly loved the platform and could help promote it in an authentic way. A few days later, I got invited to the ambassador program, and a couple of months later, I became an official school ambassador. And in October, a few weeks before my half marathon, something incredible happened. I got invited to an invite-only school ambassador mastermind at Belfast Castle. So I flew there for 5 days, surrounded by some of the top community builders in the world. We learned from the best how to grow our own communities, how to share our message better, and how to help promote the platform in the most authentic way possible. It was surreal. Hanging out in a castle, talking about community, something I'm super passionate about, learning from the people I used to look up to online. Unfortunately, months of running, getting injured, pushing limits, building endurance, but a few days before the race, I had to cancel because of that same Belfast mastermind. An opportunity I just couldn't miss, and that's when I realized sometimes saying no to one mission unlocks a much bigger one. And through it all, I noticed something. Every time I failed, I learned a lesson. Every time I learned a lesson, I gained experience. And every time I gained experience, I leveled up. Life is the same as those games I used to play. Only now, I don't need a controller because I am the character. We all are. Our skills, languages, habits, creativity, courage, they each have their own experience bars. And the only way to fill them up is by showing up, falling, trying again, growing. So if you're feeling overwhelmed right now, I absolutely feel you. It just means we've entered a new level. You've never been here before, you're supposed to feel uncertain, and that's exactly what growth feels like. So what I recommend for myself, keep pressing continue, keep collecting experience points, keep unlocking achievements, because one day you'll look back and realize you've come so much further than you thought. Life is the ultimate game, and you're the main character. So play like it matters, because it does.